All right, thank you for joining me again. This is the Perry Stone YouTube channel. This is one of my favorite places. It's called the Archaeological Park, and it has the evidence of the destruction of the temple. It has the corridor from Jesus' day, the marketplace. We call it the Roman period or the time of Christ. But on this wall, these stones that are protruding out actually were an arch called Robinson's Arch, named after the archaeologists that discovered them when there were excavations taking place here. Everything you're looking at here used to be completely under dirt, and they've come through here over the years. They started in 1967, and it's taken years and years and years, 30, 40 years, 50 years to get what you're looking at right now. There is a prophecy that is recorded in a rock that is on this particular wall, which is it's called the Western Wall of the city of Jerusalem. Now, the top part that you see of this wall are a different type of stones compared to the stones that are in the center and the stones at the bottom. The stones that are at the very top were stones that were placed in there by the Ottoman Turks that came to Jerusalem in 1517, and they rebuilt a lot of the walls that you see today on the upper part of the walls of the city of Jerusalem. There is a stone, you'll see a picture of it, that's right here in this direction, and it was discovered about 1967 when they were excavating the area after the Six-Day War. The Six-Day War occurred in June of 1967, and that's when Israel, the city of Jerusalem that was divided between Jordan and Israel, the wall was torn down and Israel annexed that part called East Jerusalem. Let me get to the point. When they saw this stone, I'll give you the meaning of the prophecy that was on it in a minute, but let's go back to when the prophecy was written on the stone itself. The prophecy was written somewhere around the time, let's go back into history. The Emperor Constantine, called Constantine the Great, legalized Christianity, and the Christianity became the official religion of the empire at that time. There was an emperor that followed him that was totally the opposite. He began to blame the division of the Roman Empire between the East and the West on Christians. He began to persecute Christians, and one of the things he did, and I had never heard this before, was during that time frame when he was in, he had given permission for some Jewish people here in the city of Jerusalem to begin a rebuilding process of a temple. And this was told me by my guide Yossi, who's very, very, very familiar with history. So the Jews came in here, they had scaffolding up, they were doing different things to prepare for the rebuilding of a temple. And this would have been again after the death of Constantine the Great. And so the dome that you see here was built in between the 6th and 7th century. So the Muslims came in between the 6th and 7th century, took the city of Jerusalem. But before that, it was in the hands of Christians, and it was in the hands of the Byzantine Empire. And the Byzantine Christians built numerous churches all throughout the Holy Land during their time that they ruled here for several hundred years. Let's go back to the story. So when this emperor took over, he only ruled for a few years, and then he suddenly died. Well, what happened was someone carved on this stone in the Hebrew a verse from the book of Isaiah, and it says, "When you shall see this," and it's speaking there of seeing this being the prophecy that's on the rock. "When you shall see this, your bones shall flourish and your heart shall rejoice." And that's the English translation out of the Hebrew. Well, apparently they were excited about the rebuilding of the temple, and they thought, wow, this is going to be fantastic. We're going to have the rebuilding of the temple. But an earthquake, first of all, the emperor that was in charge for several years, he died suddenly. And then there was a major earthquake that took place at that time. And of course, the scaffolding fell, the stones fell, all this other stuff. It just, it was here in the city of Jerusalem. And then later on, of course, that the Muslims came in, then the Crusaders came in, the Mamelukes came in. And, you have this history, British Empire and so on, until Israel was reestablished as a nation in 1948 and Jerusalem was reunited in 1967. So this wall was under debris for hundreds of years. Then in 67, now imagine this, 1967, after the Six-Day War, when Jerusalem is now united in the hands of the Jewish people for the first time since 70 AD, they're excavating here and they see this, and it says, when you see this, your heart shall flourish and your bones will rejoice. And so that is fantastic to understand, that it's discovered this prophecy that goes back hundreds and hundreds of years before the Muslims ever came to the Holy Land and built the Dome of the Rock. That prophecy is unearthed right after the Six-Day War, after the reunification of the city of Jerusalem. So if you like prophecy, I know you're going to love that story. So I just want to, again, thank you for joining me on the YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day. In fact, the sun's coming out. It feels like it's about 65 degrees. The wind is not blowing. The time I tape this, some of you will watch this at different times, but it's in the month of November, toward the end of November, which is actually winter here, the beginning of winter. But we appreciate the weather. So all of this is part of our tour when you come to the Holy Land. And you see much more than this. You're only getting just a 5 or 6 minute mini teaching from On Location, but I think you're enjoying it. If you enjoy the Israel taping, give it a thumbs up, please. I need a lot of you inside and outside of America to subscribe to our channel, because we have a lot of teaching we're going to be doing. The Manifest telecast, by the way, which we tape now in the United States in our studio and On Location and conferences, is also available on Christian television stations and non-Christian stations, actually, throughout the United States and satellites in the world. And we want you to watch that when you get an opportunity to. We have a big audience outside the United States, and I'm very appreciative of that. Keep watching. Thank you so much for your time.
It's time to learn what you don't know about your future. Now available is Perry Stone's new landmark prophetic book, Your Journey into Eternity, Life for the Next 1,000 Years. Discover what occurs the moment your inner eyes are opened at death and your spirit returns to God. Journey through the 3 levels of heaven, including paradise, where Christian martyrs rest. Learn about the new body you will receive at Christ's return or at the resurrection, and why the dead at times appear in dreams, and what memories you have after death. Learn about the marriage supper in heaven from a Hebraic perspective, and what the Bible teaches about the new heaven, new earth, and new Jerusalem coming down. Perry unlocks the mystery of babies in heaven, including miscarried and aborted infants. Perry also explains what our 1,000-year reign with Christ will look like on earth. Read Perry's parabolic revelation about what if God said yes to the dead? Will your family circle be unbroken in eternity? Perry presents often untaught insights using his 46 years of in-depth biblical research from the Old and New Testaments. The book includes incredible Greek and Hebrew word studies, as well as amazing stories that reveal secrets of life after death, events in heaven, and life on the new earth. Perry is also including an audio teaching, The Temple of the Tabernacle of the Testimony, that his friends say is the most interesting biblical teaching from the book of Revelation he has ever taught. In this teaching, Perry shares secrets in Heaven's Temple, the most important building in heaven, where all human records and tribulation judgment files are kept. It is here where you will stand at the judgment seat before Christ's throne and give a face-to-face account of what the angels have written about you, from birth to death, including all your idle words and how you treated others. This is a teaching that will alert you to what you say and cause you to guard your words and actions. The landmark new book and 2-hour audio teaching is available for your gift of just $35 or more to help keep Manifest on the air around the world. To order this offer, visit perrystone.org or call toll-free 1-888-21-BREAD. That's 1-888-212-7323. You can also order by sending $35 to Perry Stone Ministries, P.O. Box 3595, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320, and request offer ET143 when ordering. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
If you enjoyed this YouTube content, there's an important website you should know about: perrystone.org. Perrystone.org is an essential resource for the latest books, audiovisual presentations, and digital products from Perry Stone Ministries. Resources that cover the same kinds of topics discussed in the program you just watched. Stop in and see all that's available at perrystone.org.